Hello and welcome back to Constellation Station. I'm Nicole, I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about a very fun constellation because this constellation is the longest constellation in the sky. This constellation takes up basically the whole southern sky, so it's really famous for how long it is. So just a reminder of what we do here at Constellation Station. Here at Constellation Station, we like to learn about our constellations. We like to figure out where they are in the night sky, and then we like to figure out how do we make these constellations in our own home. Now, the constellation behind me, this is really ambitious because it has a lot of stars, and I have to connect all of these stars today, but lucky for me, our constellation this week is a snake. So it's basically just one long line, which it makes it really exciting because it should be pretty easy to connect all these dots, even though it's so long. So I'm going to go ahead and get started connecting our dots today. We start with the head up here of our snake, going all the way down to our tail at the very bottom. So I decided today to challenge myself, and I'm going to challenge you guys to do this too. Start with one string and try to use the whole same string for the whole constellation. So if you're coloring your own constellation, try to not pick up your pencil at all. Try to just use one long line with your marker or your pencil or your crayon to color in the whole constellation. So I'm going to start here with the head of our snake. So I'm going to start right there at the head. So these four right here are the only part that really connect to each other. The rest of the stars just connect in one long line. So first, we have to make a little square with our string. Almost done with the head, and the rest should be pretty easy peasy. So I'm going to go ahead and just connect over to this dot here, and now we get to one of the really exciting stars of this constellation. So I don't know how much you guys know about reptiles, but reptiles, they're kind of just like us. They have a heart. They have an actual heart. I know sometimes you may look at reptiles and say they're too squirmy wormy. I'm not a big fan of snakes maybe. That's okay. I just want to remind you that they really are just like us. They have a heart. So this is our snake's heart right here. The name of this heart is Alphard, which is kind of silly because this constellation and this star in particular was in Harry Potter. So I challenge you to go find and see if you can find the character Alphard. So in those books somewhere. So Alphard right here is a reddish star. It's the heart of the snake. Red, of course, is why we say that this is a heart star for the snake. So we're going to keep winding down here. We keep going back and forth just like a slithering snake would. Hopefully this is starting to look like a snake for you. I'm hoping I don't run out of my string here. I have just one long piece to work with. We're almost done. We're almost there. And we made it! We made it! We have our one long snake from its head all the way down to the bottom. Now hopefully you can see this constellation. I feel like this constellation doesn't need quite as much imagination because it's just one long squiggly line. In fact, I get all the time as an educator at the Cincinnati Observatory, I get that, most kids think that different constellations look like snakes. Cassiopeia, they think looks like snakes. Sometimes I get for the Big Dipper that it looks like a snake. I get that a lot. So hopefully you can use your imagination to really picture this snake. And just in case you need some help, I have a special guest on Constellation Station today. My special guest is my snake, Snake Lock Holmes. Say hi, homie. I call him homie for short. So Snake Lock here is a ball python. So if you're afraid of snakes, ball pythons are the perfect snake to start with to sort of get used to snakes. Ball pythons are very friendly creatures. You may hear the word python and think, oh, that sounds so scary, but ball pythons really just like to hang out and sleep. They love to curl up in balls. And I made my snake, I named him Snake Lock Holmes, because he's pretty curious. He likes to examine the world around him, kind of like Sherlock Holmes did. So I called him Homie, or Snake Lock Holmes, because he's a little bit more inquisitive than most ball pythons. Most ball pythons just like to curl up in a ball. And he could never even hurt a fly, unless that fly was his food. But he's very, very gentle, and he's very different than our constellation Hydra. Hydra, in mythology, was actually a 9-headed snake. You may have heard of Hydra from different stories before. You can see that our snake here only has the 1 head. It doesn't have all 9. So the myth around our Hydra is that the 1 head that you see is actually the immortal head of Hydra up in the night sky. So Hydra is much scarier than Snake Lock Holmes here. I'd be much more nervous about meeting Hydra. So there's stories with Hercules. If you've heard of any myths about Hercules, Hercules fought Hydra, and Hydra ended up being up in the night sky once his final immortal head was cut off. So he's just pictured here with 1 head. He's a very scary snake, though. I would not want to encounter him. All of his heads that aren't immortal, when you cut them off, apparently they grow 2 more heads in its place. So if you've heard any of that mythology, I would definitely be afraid of Hydra, but most snakes, like Homie here, especially ball pythons, really aren't scary at all. They're not venomous or poisonous. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put Homie back away, back in his tank. And our next part of Constellation Station, like we always do, is we talk about where our constellation is up in the night sky. So where can you find Hydra? Like I said at the beginning, Hydra pretty much takes up the whole southern sky at night. So if you go outside around 9:15 tonight, or any night of the next couple weeks, you should be able to see Hydra up in the southern sky. Remember, it's the longest of all the constellations. And so when we think about our night sky, usually we see about 180 degrees across, and then 360 degrees if we go underground. Hydra takes up over 100 degrees of the southern sky. So over half of the sky in the southern sky, or really in the sky at all, is Hydra. So you can definitely find Hydra. If you're wondering where to look, you can maybe start by trying to find his head. It's going to be in closer to the southwest, and then you'll have the tail over in the southeast. So you should be able to find Hydra up in the southern sky around 9 o'clock every night for a little while. And then our last bit of Constellation Station, what we always like to end with, is talking about where you can make constellations in your own home. So I have a couple challenges for you this week. One challenge is that I challenge you guys to go out and try to make your constellation with just 1 line, just like I did today with 1 piece of string. Maybe use string. You probably can't use spaghetti for this one, but you could draw your own constellation with just 1 line. Or, and then your second challenge is that I want you to go out and find your constellation inspiration. So Homie, Snake Lock Holmes, he was my constellation inspiration this week, and I want you to share what your constellation inspiration is with me. So I'm so excited that you joined me today to talk a little bit about the constellation Hydra. I hope you learned a little bit about it, and I hope that you can go find it in the night sky. Please send us any pictures that you have of the constellations you see in the night sky, or the pictures of constellations that you make in your own home, #Constellation Station, or you can send us your constellation inspiration with the #Constellation Inspiration. All right, I'm Nicole from the Cincinnati Observatory, and I will see you guys next week.